Bumbledrop lived in a little house with a large garden. Lots of children played there and had such a wonderful time that they never went home until it was very late.
It's time to go home, children. Come along now. Good night, children. Now then, where's my dog? Pom-pom. Pom-pom. So there you are. I suppose you want me to put your curlers in, eh? All right, then. Go and fetch them for me. Oh, my goodness. Pom-pom must have fallen into the pond. Well, well. Your hair has gone quite straight. But I wish you wouldn't make me put your curlers in. You're the only poodle in the world with straight hair. And that's why I love you. All right, Pom-pom. Now, you needn't cry. I've put your curlers in, and you'll have frizzy hair in the morning. Stop barking. Now, stop it. Let's go to bed now.
Soon Mr. Bumbledrop and Pom-pom were fast asleep. The moon shone on the little house, and all was quiet and still. But next morning, the children were playing and shrieking in the garden. All except one little girl, who was on her own. She was always stamping her feet and telling everyone what to do. So the children called her Bossy Boots.
Now, what can I do to my doll today? Shall I pull some of her stuffing, or shall I drop her in the pond?
No, that's not a nice thing to do, Bossy Boots. Wouldn't you like to fly a kite instead?
I haven't got one.
But I can see some by that tree. Go and have a look. I think Bogey's already found them.
Ooh, what wonderful kites. I'm going to take the biggest.
No, you're not. It's mine.
No, it isn't. It's mine. Give it to me, or I'll tell my daddy on you.
No, children. No fighting. There's a kite for each of you.
Soon all the kites were flying in the air.
What a stupid dog you are. I've a good mind to tie you onto my kite and send you up into the air.
I've a much better idea. Let's tie our toys on the kites instead.
Pom-pom was so upset that she ran back to her master.
What's the matter, Pom-pom? Oh, how terrible. The children have tied all their toys on the kites. Now, children, pull the toys down at once.
You can't tell us what to do.
I'm going to send my rag doll as high into the air as I can.
Come back, Pom-pom, or you're going to the air as well. Gracious, the kites have gone, and Pom-pom's gone too.
I don't care about your silly dog. We want our toys back. It's all your fault that we lost them.
It isn't my fault at all.
Yes, it is. because you made the kites.
And we are not going to play in your garden anymore until you've found our toys. Come on, everyone. Let's go.
Oh, dear. Now I'm all by myself. Oh, oh dear. How miserable I'm going to be.
Slowly the days passed, and Mr. Bumbledrop grew lonelier and lonelier.
If I weren't so old, I'd go and look for Pom-Pom and all the toys. I wish I had a little boy of my own who would help me. Oh, I've a wonderful idea. I'll make a toy boy. Now then, how can I make a toy who can walk and talk and do all the things that real boys do? Now let me see. I got it. I'll put a torch battery inside him, and when I press the switch, he'll come to life.
As the clock chimed 2, Mr. Bumbledrop started to make his toy boy. And as the clock chimed 6, the toy was finished.
I've put a little lamp in the middle of your hat, and now I'll fix your battery. Oh, I do hope you work. There. Well, I never. My toy is coming to life.
Hello, dear old Bumbledrop. I'm so glad you made me.
And I'm so glad you're alive, because I want you to find the lost toys in Pom-Pom the poodle.
I'd love to help you, and I'll go right away.
You can't go until you've got a name.
You can call me 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, but that's not a name. That's a number. I'll look in my special book and find a name for you. Oh, dear. I can't see without me glasses. Where are they?
I'll switch on my light and find them for you. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light? Mr. Bumbledrop's glasses must be found, so please, magic beam, fly round and round.
The toy pressed the switch on his jacket, and there was a noise just like a blue bottle on the window pane. The light on the toy's hat grew brighter, and the beam danced across the room to the grandfather clock. But the light was so strong that it shone right through the wooden door, and there were the glasses on the pendulum.
Oh, how splendiferous! You must have a magic beam.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen.
What a wonderful song! And from now on, I'm going to call you Torchy.
Do you want me to look for anything else?
All I want you to do is find Pom-Pom and the toys. And your beam isn't magic enough for that.
Let's go into the garden and find out if it is.
Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, but his beam didn't shine.
Oh dear, it's gone wrong.
Maybe you have to ask your magic beam a question before it'll work.
All right. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light on pom-pom and the toys? Where can they be? Please, little beam, will you show them to me? Now, I'll press the switch again and see if it will work this time.
Sure enough, Torchy's magic beam began to work, and it shone into the sky, straight towards the twinkling star. As the beam touched it, the star grew bigger and brighter.
By jingo! I can see pom-pom and the toys. Oh, you better switch off your light. You don't want to waste your battery.
Oh dear. Now I've turned off the light, the twinkling star has faded from the sky.
Never mind, Torchy. I'm afraid you won't be able to rescue the toys. They're much too far away.
Why don't you build me a rocket ship? Then I can fly there.
What a splendiferous idea. I'll set to work in the morning.
Mr. Bumbledrop worked on the rocket all the next day, and late that night, the rocket was finished.
I'll fly to the star right away and bring Pom-Pom and the toys back to you. Goodbye, Mr. Bumbledrop.
Goodbye, Torchy.
Very exciting to be in this rocket. I'll switch on the engine.
Oh, dear. I wonder if the rocket will work properly. Be careful, Torchy.
Bye-bye, Mr. Bumbledrop.
Faster and faster went the rocket into the sky, past the moon and up to the stars. What a lot of fun Torchy is going to have when he reaches the twinkling star.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, 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 Torchy,
Here is Mr. Bumbledrop's garden. Lots of children used to play in it, and one day he made some kites. The children tied their toys onto the ends and sent them up into the air. But a big wind came and blew away the kites, the toys, and Mr. Bumbledrop's little dog, Pom-pom the poodle. Mr. Bumbledrop was so lonely by himself that he made a toy boy and put a torch battery inside him. Now, Torchy the battery boy had a magic beam, and it shone into the sky and found that all the lost toys and Pom-pom had landed on a twinkling star. So Mr. Bumbledrop made a rocket, and Torchy set off to bring the toys and the poodle back to Earth.
I do hope I reach the twinkling star soon. Why, I can see it through the window.
Slowly the rocket glided onto the star. There was no one to be seen at all. Torchy stepped out and looked around.
I wonder where Pom-pom and all the lost toys are. I'll never find them in the dark. I think I'll have a sleep and try to find them in the morning.
The next morning, Torchy came out of the rocket to look for the lost toys.
What's that noise?
How nice to see you. Who are you?
My goodness, Mr. Bumbledrop never told me you could talk.
Well, I couldn't talk when I lived on Earth. But this is topsy-turvy land, where everything is topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy!
I've never heard of a topsy-turvy land. What's it like?
Oh, it's wonderful. All the animals can talk, and all the toys can walk. Come and have a look at the notice board.
This is topsy-turvy land, the land where you can do whatever you want. How lovely to be able to do whatever you want. What do you want to do, Pom-pom?
Oh, I want to eat crispy, crunchy bones and meatballs covered with chocolate sauce. I love chocolate sauce.
When we get back to Earth, I'll ask Mr. Bumbledrop to make you some as a special treat.
Mr. Bumbledrop says chocolate sauce isn't good for dogs. That's why I'm going to stay up here.
Do you mean you never want to come back?
That's right.
Oh, how awful. You see, a naughty girl called Bossy Boots won't let the children play in Mr. Bumbledrop's garden until he gives them back their lost toys.
I can't help that. I tell you, I'm not going back. And neither are the toys. That's why they ran away when they saw you coming.
Please tell me where they are.
I won't. You'll never find them now.
Oh, yes, I will. I'll press the switch on my jacket and ask my magic beam to help me.
Sure enough, Torchy's magic beam made a noise just like a blue bottle on the window pane. The beam shone brighter and brighter and pointed straight at the toys running through a lollipop field.
Don't run away, toys! Wait for me! Hello, Flopsy. I'm so glad I found you. Go away, you pickle-pockle boy. I won't go back to Tiggle-Toggle. Whatever do those iggly-oggly words mean? I don't know. But when I talk, I sometimes forget my words. So I say pickle-pockle ones instead. How funny. But why do you keep forgetting what you're going to say? Because my head is nearly empty. When I lived on Earth, I belonged to Bossy Boots, and she never looked after me properly. Most of my stuffing has fallen out, and that's why I always fall down. You poor thing. If you had a needle and cotton, I could sew you up. I haven't got one. But here comes Pillywig the clown. Maybe he can help us. Torchy is looking for a needle and cotton to sew up my biggle boggle.
A needle and cotton won't be enough. You'll need some stuffing as well.
That's going to be very hard to find. Have you got any, Pillywig?
No, but I'll go and ask the other toys if they have any.
Oh, dear. I'm so empty I'll have to flop down again. I do hope Pillywig can find something soft and woolly to stuff inside me. If you want something soft and woolly, I know who might be able to help you. Pom-pom, I want to talk to you.
What is it?
I need some stuffing for Flopsy, and I'd like to cut off some of your curls.
Cut off my curls? No, no, no. Ruff! Leave my curls alone.
What a naughty dog she is. Never mind. I'll try and manage. Come on, Torchy. I want to show you something. When we lived on Earth, we couldn't walk or talk, and the children who owned us never let us have a ride on the seesaw or the swings.
No, but up here we can play in our own garden and have as much fun as we like. Why, we've even got our own topsy-turvy song. Listen to it, Torchy.
In topsy-turvy land, you can do whatever you want. If you don't eat your greens, then there aren't any scenes, and no one says that you can't. In topsy-turvy land, where icing sugar is snow, and there's only one rule, that you don't go to school, and no one ever says no, oh no, oh no, no one ever says no. Topsy-turvy, everything's front to back. There's no such thing as punishments, and no such thing as a smack. In topsy-turvy land, you can do whatever you please. We have lemonade flowers, you can drink them for hours, and cream buns all grow on trees. In topsy-turvy land, you can play all day in the sun. You don't need a bed, you can stay up instead, and all you do is have fun, fun, and all you do is have fun. Topsy-turvy, everything's upside down. Animals talk and toys can walk in a topsy-turvy town.
Thank you. That was the nicest song I've ever heard. But now, I feel so tired that I think I'd like to go to sleep.
You can't go to sleep until you've put my curlers in.
Oh, goodness, I'd forgotten all about them. Fetch me the basket and I'll do it. I don't think Flopsy should put your curlers in.
Why not?
You wouldn't let her use some of your curls for stuffing, and it would serve you right to have straight hair all the time.
I don't want straight hair. Please put in my curlers, Flopsy. Please, please.
No, I won't. I'm going to listen to Torchy. If you won't help me, then I won't help you. Now go away and leave me alone.
Don't look so sad, Pom-pom. Come on. Laugh at me. Aren't I funny?
No, no, you're not a bit funny.
Well, you are. Yeah, you do look a sight.
I can't help it. It's not my fault.
Of course it is. If you gave Flopsy some of your hair, I'm sure she'd put your curlers in.
All right. Will you cut a little bit off for me?
Of course.
Pillywig started to cut some of Pom-Pom's hair, and he kept on cutting until he had a pile of white wool.
Now then, we'll take it to Torchy and he can stuff it into Flopsy.
all my lovely hair going into Flopsy. I think I'll make her put my curlers in now. Please put my curlers in.
Wait a minute, Pom-Pom. I've just finished sewing Flopsy's seams. Come on, Ragdoll. You can stand up now.
I do feel fine. My head is nearly as empty as it was.
Oh dear, you flopped down again.
I suppose it's because I haven't got quite enough stuffing inside me. But I'm much better than I was. And instead of falling down all the time, I only fall down some of the time. All right, Pom-Pom. I'll put your curlers in for you. Come on. There we are. I'll curl up all your hair. And in the morning, when I brush and comb you, you'll be a pickle-poggle poodle again.
You do look funny, Pom-Pom. I've never seen a poodle with curlers before.
Wait till you see me in the morning. I'll be beautiful.
I'm sure you will. Now, let's go to sleep, and when we wake up, we can have lots of fun on Topsy-Turvy Land.
Torchy, 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 Torchy's a little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I've a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
If you look into the sky on a dark night, you will see one large star twinkling more brightly than any of the others. It's a very special star, for on it live all the lost toys, and a little dog called Pom-Pom the poodle, who belongs to Mr. Bumbledrop. Mr. Bumbledrop wanted his poodle and the toys to come back to Earth, so he made Torchy the battery boy, who flew up in a rocket and landed on the twinkling star.
This star is called Topsy-Turvy Land, the land where you can do whatever you want. And the toys and Pom-Pom are having so much fun up here that they don't want to come home. Why, here comes Flopsy now. What's the matter, Ragdoll? Why are you so sad?
because you're going back to Earth, and I don't want you to leave us.
But I can't stay here forever.
Why not?
Well, you see, I've got a torch battery inside me, and when it runs down, I won't be able to walk and talk and do all the things that real boys do. So you see, I've got to go back to Earth. I've simply got to go back. Oh, please don't cry, Flopsy.
But I want to stay with you.
In that case, you'll have to come back with me.
I can't do that. I used to belong to a naughty girl called Bossy Boots. And if she found me again, she'd smack me for going away. Besides, I'm so happy up here. Since Pom-Pom let me have some of her curls for stuffing, was. And I hardly ever fall down. Oh dear, I think I'll poggle down after all.
Just then, Pom-pom the poodle came by. She's the only poodle in the world with straight hair. And every night, Flopsy has to put her curlers in.
Hurry up and take my curlers out, Flopsy. I'm sure my hair's frizzy now.
All right, come and sit next to me.
While you're undoing Pom-Pom's curlers, I'll go and explore Topsy-Turvy Land.
Torchy set off to explore Topsy-Turvy Land. How beautiful and strange it was. There was a big bullseye bush and a large lollipop field. And there was one tree that had cream buns on it. They looked so delicious that Torchy decided to eat one.
Ouch! Who squirted water at me?
Squish!
Who's Squish?
That's me.
I can't see you. What do you look like?
I'm not short, and I'm not tall. I'm not big, and I'm not small. I'm not dark, and I'm not fair. I've big round eyes and lots of hair. I'm not thin, and I'm not fat. I'm certainly not a dog, and I'm definitely not a cat.
Well, it's no good telling me what you're not. You must tell me what you are.
I'm a space boy with a water pistol. And when I squash the trigger, water squishes out. That's why my name is Squish.
How funny. What a peculiar suit you're wearing.
It's not peculiar at all. It's a spacesuit. I come from a country called America, and I'm a very new toy indeed.
How wonderful. Have you got a space rocket as well?
No, I haven't. I used to have one, but I broke it when I landed on Topsy-Turvy Land.
I didn't break my rocket when I landed here, and I'm going back to Earth very soon.
Oh, how lucky you are. Can I come back with you?
Of course you can.
Hooray! Tell me where your rocket is, and I'll wait there for you.
It's near the playground, so you can sit on one of the seesaws. I won't be long.
There you are, Pom-Pom. I've brushed all your curls and made you look pretty.
I don't look a bit pretty. When Pillywig the clown cut some of my hair to make stuffing for you, he cut too much off my leg.
Never mind. It'll grow again soon.
But I want to look pretty now. Give me back my hair.
It isn't your hair anymore. It's my stuffing.
No, it isn't. It's my hair. Give me back my hair.
Go away, little bubble dog. Leave me alone. You dare pull out my dildo.
Flopsy! Pom-Pom! Stop fighting!
Then make Flopsy give me back my hair.
I won't do anything of the sort. You are a naughty dog.
No, I'm not. I'm a good dog. Please love me, Torchy.
No.
Please love me. Please love me.
Oh, all right. Now do stop whining and sing to me instead.
I'm a very pretty poodle. My intelligence is great. And there's only one thing wrong with me. My curly hair is straight. I'm Pom-Pom the poodle and I try to please. I like chocolate sauces and always sniff trees. I curl my eyelashes and sharpen my toes and sprinkle black powder on my shiny nose. I'm Pom-Pom the poodle, my voice is quite gruff. Although I am tiny, I'm often quite rough. My hair is so straight, I need a permanent wave. And to keep me this shape, I admit that I shave. I'm Pom-Pom the poodle.
That's such a funny song, Pom-Pom. I wish you could sing it again, but I've got to go back to Mr. Bumbledrop now. Come along and wave goodbye to me.
Can't you stay a bit longer?
No, Squish is waiting for me, and if I leave him alone with my rocket, he might get up to some mischief.
And that's exactly what Squish was doing. I do wish Torchy'd hurry up. He's been gone for ages. This is the best-looking rocket I've ever seen. I'll just creep inside and have a look. I'm sure Torchy won't mind. Gee, how many knobs and levers there are. I wonder if I could fly this rocket. Uh-huh. I think that's what I will do. Won't he get a surprise when he comes to the playground and finds his rocket has flown away? Now I'll turn on the engine. I'll push the knob that says start.
Oh, my rocket! What's happened to my rocket? I can see Squish inside. Come back! Come back, you naughty boy!
I'll push this lever and see what happens. Oh, the rocket's going much too fast. I don't like it one bit. Oh! I'll pull the lever back and make it go more slowly. Squish tried to pull the lever, but it had stuck, and he could not make the rocket slow down. Help! Help! I'm going so fast that I feel most peculiar. Whatever can I do? Faster and faster the rocket whooshed, and Torchy and Flopsy watched it.
Oh, my goodness! I'm sure Squish is going to crash my rocket if he isn't careful. I think you're right. I can see it coming down. Over there. Oh, come on, let's go and see what's happened.
I'm sorry.
And so you should be, you pickle-pocket boy. You've broken Torchy's rocket, and now he can't go back to Earth.
Never mind, Torchy. You can stay here forever.
I can't stay here forever. My battery will run down, and I won't be able to walk and talk and use my magic beam.
Oh, dear. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know about your battery. We'll have to try and mend the rocket.
I don't know how to mend it. Why don't you ask Mr. Bumbledrop?
How can he talk to Mr. Bumbledrop? He's too far away.
No, he's not. My beam is so magic that when it shines on someone, I can talk to them as well as see them. You watch it and see for yourself.
Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, and there was a noise like a blue bottle on the window pane. The bulb in his helmet grew brighter, and the beam danced across the sky, down, down, until it shone on Mr. Bumbledrop's house. It shone on the door, and then it shone through the window.
What a bright light in me face. Why, it's Torchy's magic beam. Is anything wrong, Torchy?
My rocket's broken, and I can't get back to Earth until you tell me how to mend it.
What's the matter with it?
Well, the top's come off.
Well, you must find a big roll of cardboard and some glue and make another top.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bumbledrop. It's very kind of you to help me like this.
Not at all. But I want you to come back and bring Pom-Pom and all the lost toys.
I'm afraid they don't want to come back.
Oh, but they must. The bossy boots won't allow the children to play in my garden until they've got their toys back. Oh, they do make them change their minds.
I'll try, Mr. Bumbledrop. I've got to turn off my magic light now, or my battery might run down. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Torchy.
Well, you heard what Mr. Bumbledrop said. We certainly did, but we're still going to stay up here. Don't mend the rocket yet, Torchy. Your battery's strong, and I'm sure it'll be all right for you to stay here a bit longer.
Do stay, Torchy. We can have some fun and adventure. And I'll help you mend the rocket at the end of the week.
Well, all right then. I'll stay on Topsy-Turvy Land a bit longer.
Goody, goody. Hooray for Torchy.
Goody, goody. Hooray for Piggle Pop.
a little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
High up in the sky, there's a big twinkling star. It's topsy-turvy land, where you can do whatever you want. All the lost toys live there, as well as Pom-Pom the poodle. Just hear her bark.
I do love living here, but sometimes I wish I could see my master, Mr. Bumbledrop. I'm sure he must be lonely without me. Why, here comes Torchy. Hello, Torchy.
Torchy belongs to Mr. Bumbledrop too. The old man made him and put a battery inside him so that he can walk and talk and do all the things that real boys do.
Why are you panting like that, Pom-Pom?
Because I'm hot, and dogs always pant when they're hot.
Well, come and sit next to me, and I'll stroke your ears and tell you a story.
I don't want to hear a story, but I would like to know how Mr. Bumbledrop is.
I'm sure he's missing you. That's why he made a rocket for me, so that I could fly up here and bring you back.
You can't go back now, Torchy. Your rocket is broken.
Then I must find some cardboard to mend it. I won't let you mend your tiggle-toggle. I want you to stay with me. That sounds like Flopsy. She must be hiding. Where are you?
Flopsy came out from behind a bush. When she lived on Earth, she belonged to a naughty girl called Bossy Boots, who pulled out so much of her stuffing that her head became empty. That's why she forgets words and says iggly-oggly ones instead.
You've got to stay here, Torchy. I love you, and I want you to be my piggle-poggle.
Torchy's not your best friend. He's mine.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Torchy wouldn't want to be friends with a rag doll that's always falling down.
I don't fall down. Since Torchy put some more stuffing inside me, I can stand up all the time.
It isn't your stuffing, it's my stuffing because it's my hair. Give me back my hair.
Do stop fighting. Why can't you be friends and live happily together?
How can we live happily together when we've nowhere to live?
Gosh, I never thought of that. But you're quite right, Pom-Pom. We'll have to build some houses. We don't need houses, Torchy. The sun is always shining on topsy-turvy land, and nobody has to go to bed unless they want to. Even if we don't have to go to bed, we all like to have to sleep sometimes. No, I've made up my mind. We'll build some houses, and that will give you so much work to do, you won't have any time for quarrelling. I'll go and see if Pillywig the Clown can help us.
Pillywig the Clown loved to make everyone laugh, and he was showing off as usual.
Pillywig. I want to talk to you.
Oh, well, let me ask you a riddle first. What comes after B?
A, B, C.
That's right. Yes. And what comes after H?
Now, let me think. I.
That's right. And what comes after T?
LMNOPQRSTU.
That's wrong.
No, it isn't. You tell me what comes after T.
Supper, of course.
You are funny, Pillywig.
Yes, I am, aren't I? I love making people laugh. I'm the funniest clown in the world. Come on now, come on, laugh at me.
Oh, you stop it, Flopsy. We've got work to do. Will you help us build some houses, Pillywig?
Of course I will. Oh, let's go and find some bricks.
There aren't any bricks on Topsy-Turvy Land.
No bricks? But there must be. I'll ask my magic beam. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light? Answer my question and don't play tricks. We want to build houses, so shine on some bricks.
Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, and there was a noise like a bluebottle on the window pane. The beam grew brighter and danced straight to an orchard. But the fruit wasn't ordinary fruit. Oh, no. The apples and the cherries and the pineapples were simply enormous.
Your beam isn't magic after all, Torchy. You asked it to find some bricks for us, and instead it's found some fruit.
We can't build houses out of cherries and pineapples.
Of course we can. I'm going to chop down a pineapple and live inside it.
You can't live inside a pineapple. It's full of fruit.
Then I'll scoop out the fruit.
Torchy went to look for the largest pineapple he could find. Then he started to climb.
Do be careful, Torchy. You might fall and hurt yourself.
This is a big one, but it's going to be terribly difficult to chop it down. Watch out, Flopsy and Pillywig. The pineapple will be falling soon.
I don't want the pineapple to bump on my head. It'll knock me silly.
It can't knock you silly. You are silly already.
Oh, don't be so piggle-poggle.
Isn't it wonderful?
It certainly is.
Now, where shall we build our houses?
There's a very good field beside the playground.
All right, I'll call all the other toys and we'll cut down the rest of the fruit.
Do you mean we'll have a whole town of fruit?
Yes.
What a lovely idea. And when we've built it, we can have a special song.
Torchy and the toys cut down the fruit to make their houses. Squish, the space boy with a water pistol, was very jealous of Torchy's pineapple.
You'll never be able to make a house of that.
Of course I will. I've already marked the door and the windows, and now all I have to do is to scoop out the fruit from the inside. Oh, isn't it fun?
Torchy scooped and scooped, and soon a big pile of fruit pulp stood outside the pineapple.
How lovely it is in here. What a delicious pineapple smell.
Poor Flopsy decided to make her house from a cherry, and it kept rolling all over the place.
Oh, dear. I'll never be able to build my diggle-doggle. I think I'll find a nice, quiet corner and have a little rest. I'll sit down by the fruit pulp. It has such a lovely smell. Oh, dear. The fruit is so soft. I'm falling into it. Oh, help! Help! Diggle-boggle! Diggle-boggle! Oh, dear. Save me, Torchy. Torchy, save me.
go and see how Flopsy's getting on. She's so floppy, I'm sure she'll need help. Pom-pom, have you seen Flopsy?
She went to have a rest by the fruit pulp.
Oh, gracious, I bet she's fallen in. Come along, we must find her.
She's not here. You'll have to use your magic beam, Torchy.
All right, I will. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light? Flopsy's lost and can't be found, so little beam fly round and round. Look, Pom-pom, my beam's shining onto the fruit pulp. And there's Flopsy right inside it. Oh, look, that poor old red doll. Oh, come on, Pom-pom, help me.
I certainly will. 4 paws are better than 2 hands.
There you are, Flopsy, you're safe at last.
Thank you both for saving me. As soon as I've made my cherry house, you must come and have tea with me.
Oh, that sounds lovely. We'll come and help you build it.
I'd like to wash my paws first, if you don't mind. I hate to look dirty.
Oh, don't be so vain.
I can't help it. I'm a French poodle, you know, and French poodles are very particular about the way they look.
So Torchy and Flopsy set off by themselves. But what a surprise they had, for Squish had built Flopsy's house for her.
Oh, Squish, how kind you are. Let me kiss you.
No, thanks. I'd much rather have a cherry, and I'll go and pick one from the trees.
What a funny boy Squish is. Fancy liking cherries better than kisses.
Never mind, Flopsy. When I have tea with you, you can give me a cherry and a kiss.
What about me? What am I going to get?
A meatball.
Covered in chocolate sauce.
I love meatballs covered in chocolate sauce. Oh, Torchy, what fun we're going to have living in Frutown.
All our town is made of fruit, just take a peep and see. Apples and pears and juicy cherries, red as red can be. Gooseberry, cherries, walnut stairs, we can munch a lemon door, or lick tea like a blackcurrant floor. So if you will come to Frutown, there's a pretty sight. If you're good, then I will promise you a great big bite. Oranges, golden plums, cherries ripe and red. And if you want to eat them up, we'll pick some more instead. All our town is made of fruit, just take a peep and see. Apples and pears and juicy cherries, red as red can be.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, 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 Pop, the old man who made me, sent me up here to bring back his poodle pom-pom and all the lost toys. But they don't want to come back to Earth and belong to naughty children anymore. So I'll have to go back on my own. But first of all, I must mend my rocket because Squish, the space boy, broke it for me. I'll knock at his house and he can come and help me. Wake up, Squish. What is it? I want to go and find some cardboard to mend my rocket.
I'll be out as quick as I can.
All right. I'll go and pick a lollipop while I'm waiting for you. If I don't get back to Earth soon, my battery will run down and I won't be able to use my magic beam. I do hope I can mend my rocket quickly.
In my little rocket shiny new, I will fly very high up into the deep blue sky. I will wave the Earth goodbye. If you like, you can come too. I will find the biggest star that twinkles very bright. It glitters like a diamond and sparkles through the night. I will pass the moon and the clouds are raised. I will start to count the stars as I zoom out into space. In my little rocket shiny new, I will fly very high up into the deep blue sky. I will wave the Earth goodbye. If you like, you can come too.
Why, here's Pillywig the clown. Hello, Pillywig. Why have you got a scrubbing brush in your hand?
To clean my tooth.
But you don't need a brush as big as that.
Oh, yes, I do. I've only got one tooth, and I must take great care of it.
Oh, you are funny.
Oh, yes, I know I am. That's why I'm called Pillywig the Clown. Well, I must be off now, Torchy. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Pillywig. Now I'd better pick my lollipop. Squish is sure to be ready soon. What lovely lollipops these are. What flavour shall I have? Raspberry, strawberry, or... Oh, there you are, Squish.
Let's have a game, and I'll squirt my water pistol on you.
I haven't time to play. I must find some cardboard to mend my rocket.
That's easy. I found a cave the other day, and I'm sure we'll find some cardboard there.
Was there a big roll of it?
I don't know. I didn't actually go inside the cave because it looked very dark.
Well, we'll go in together and I'll switch on my beam and make it light.
That's a good idea. Come on, Torchy. Follow me. Torchy and Squish walked and walked until at last they came to the cave.
Oh, my, it does look dark, doesn't it?
I told you it was. If you're afraid to go in.
Of course I'm not afraid. I'll go right inside and... No, I've changed my mind.
You are afraid.
So are you.
No, I'm not.
Well, go in on your own then.
All right, I will. Oh, dear. My knees are knocking together. I don't think I want to go in after all.
Now you're the one who's frightened. Let's both go in together and I'll switch on my magic beam. The cave's quite empty. I can't find any cardboard at all.
I'm sorry, Torchy, but I was sure we'd find some here.
Never mind. Let's go outside. Go outside? That's what I said. Let's go outside. Go outside? Oh, do stop repeating everything I say, Squish.
I'm not repeating it. It is somebody else.
Somebody else?
There, what did I tell you? Did you hear that voice?
Did you hear that voice? Good gracious me, it must be an echo. It isn't an echo, it's me.
Oh, Torchy, whatever can it be?
Well, I never. You must be a bell. Of course I'm not a bell. I'm a pretty bird. cave? Of course I don't live in a cave. I'm not a bat, you know. I'm a bird, and I've come to help you. Oh, that's kind of you. Not at all. I always help toys in trouble. That's why I go. Like an ambulance or a fire engine bell. I've never seen a bird bell before. Will you go ting-a-ling if I squeeze you? If you squeeze me, I'll pick you. Oh, don't be cross with me, bird. I want you to help us. What's the matter? I'm looking for some cardboard to mend my rocket. You won't find any here. I think you'll have to look underneath the pepper tree. I've never heard of a pepper tree. That's because you haven't lived on topsy-turvy land for long. We've got a wonderful pepper tree here. I'll fly on ahead of you and show you where it is.
Torchy and Squish went outside the cave, and the ting-a-ling bird flew up into the sky. Torchy and Squish followed him through the wood, and then they heard somebody sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you very much, Torchy, but I didn't sneeze.
Of course you sneezed. Bless you, bless you, bless you. I do hope you haven't caught a cold.
I told you I didn't sneeze. And if you don't believe me, I'll squirt some water over you with my water pistol.
It wasn't Squish sneezing. It was the pepper tree. When the wind blows through its leaves, all the little peppercorns sneeze. Oh, how funny. Here's the pepper tree now. I'm sure you'll find some cardboard underneath it. Thank you very much, Bird. I'll ask the other toys to come and help me dig, and then we'll find it much more quickly.
Soon all the toys were digging under the pepper tree. But Squish became tired and leaned on his spade. I don't want to dig for silly old cardboard. I'd much rather do some mischief. Hello? What's this on the ground? Why, it's a peppercorn that's blown off the pepper tree. Oh, the black powder inside the peppercorn's making me sneeze. Oh, I've got a wonderful idea. I'll take the water out of my pistol and I'll put pepper powder into it instead. And then when I press the trigger, pepper powder will blow out. Well, I must be very careful not to blow it into the toys' faces because pepper is dangerous. So I'll just squirt it onto the ground. While the toys were busy digging, Squish picked up all the fallen peppercorns and very carefully, so that no one could see, he opened each peppercorn and put the pepper powder into his water pistol. Then he tiptoed over to where the toys were digging for cardboard and squirted the pepper onto the ground.
That was a very naughty thing to... Achoo! You wicked piggle-poggle! Achoo! Piggle! Achoo! Poggle! I'll fly down to the pepper tree and pick a peppercorn right over Squish's head. That will teach him to behave himself.
How lovely it is to be naughty.
It's not lovely at all, and I'm going to break the peppercorn over you.
Stop it, Ting-a-ling bird. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, my goodness. Achoo! Achoo!
That serves you right. It's very dangerous to play with pepper. You must never do that again.
Achoo! Achoo! And with that, the Ting-a-ling bird flew back to the toys.
Have you found the cardboard yet? No, we've dug and dug, but we haven't found anything. I'm going to sit down. I can't do any more digging, Torchy. I'm much too piggle-poggle. I'm tired too. Come on, pom-pom, let's have a rest.
No, thank you. I'll go on digging a bit more. How hard this ground is. I'm getting all the nasty black earth under my nails. I'll have to have a bath as soon as I've finished. Why, what can I smell? It smells just like chocolate. But how silly of me. I couldn't find any chocolate underneath the ground. But it is chocolate. I'm sure it is. Torchy, Torchy, come and see what I found.
I can hear Pom-Pom calling. I'm sure she's found the cardboard. Have you found the cardboard, Pom-Pom?
No, but I found a puddle. It's a chocolate puddle.
A chocolate puddle?
Yes, lovely milky chocolate.
Pom-Pom, don't you dare lick up all that chocolate sauce or you'll make yourself sick.
I don't mind being sick. I'm the happiest dog in the world. I've got lots of curlers to put in my hair and lots of chocolate to put in my tummy.
You're a silly poodle.
And you're a silly rag doll. Give me back my curls.
Oh dear, there they go again. Always fighting. The toys up here are as naughty as children. I'm not going to be naughty anymore. Let's go and play in the lollipop field. All right, and we'll look for some cardboard tomorrow. Come on, Ting-a-ling Bird. We'll play fire engines and you can be the bell.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, 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 the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have
Mr. Bumbledrop lived in a little house with a large garden. Lots of children used to play there with their toys. A big wind came and whooshed all the toys up into the air, as well as Mr. Bumbledrop's poodle, Pom-Pom. So the old man made a toy called Torchy and put a battery inside him so that he could walk and talk like a real live boy. And he sent him up in a rocket to find the lost toys and Pom-Pom, who were on a twinkling star called Topsy-Turvy Land. The toys lived in Frutown, where all the houses were made of fruit. Torchy, the battery boy, had a beautiful pineapple house of his own.
I must find some cardboard to mend my rocket today. I've got to go back to Earth to see Mr. Bumbledrop. Who's that?
It's Pom-Pom. I want you to take my curlers out.
Pom-Pom the poodle is the only poodle in the world with straight hair, and every night she had her curlers put in.
Please take my curlers out, Torchy, and brush and comb me. I want to look beautiful.
What a vain dog you are.
All French poodles are vain. Why, if I lived in France, I'd go to a hairdresser every week.
Fancy a dog going to a hairdresser.
Oh, Torchy, don't laugh at me and please take my curlers out.
Why don't you let Flopsy do it? Because she's still fast asleep. All right, then I'll take your curlers out and we'll go and wake Flopsy up.
Flopsy the rag doll lived in a cherry house with a tingling bird.
I do wish Flopsy would wake up.
Good gracious! That sounds like an alarm clock. Why, it's the tingling bird.
Good morning, Flopsy. It's time to get up.
I don't want to get out of Piggle-Poggle. This is topsy-turvy land, the land where you can do whatever you want. And I want to stay in bed.
Very well, then. I'll go without you.
Where are you going?
For a walk.
Oh, do wait for me. I want to come too. Come in.
Good morning, Flopsy. Good morning, Tingling Bird. I want to find some cardboard today. I must mend my rocket and fly back to Earth.
There's no cardboard on topsy-turvy land.
Yes, there is. I think my master has some.
Your master? I didn't know you belonged to anybody.
Of course I belong to someone, and he's very rich. If you follow me, I'll take you to see him.
Oh, dear. I'm tired of walking, and my feet are piggle-poggling me. I think I'll wait here for you to come back.
All right, I'll be as quick as I can, but I better hurry because I don't want the Ting-a-ling Bird to fly out of sight.
Torchy walked and walked, and the tingling bird flew ahead of him.
Oh, how tired I am. And now I've got a pebble in my shoe. Oh, dear, the Ting-a-ling Bird has flown away. Ting-a-ling, where are you? Now I'll never be able to find his master and get some cardboard to mend my rocket. I'm so miserable. I won't be able to go down to Earth. And when my battery fades, I won't be able to work my magic beam. I do wish I knew where my bird was.
Yes, well, he's not your bird. He's mine.
Good gracious! You must be a king because you're wearing a crown.
Ah, that's right. My name is King Dithers, and I'm always dithering around looking for things I've lost. I'd even lose my head if it weren't fastened to my shoulders.
Doesn't Ting-a-ling Bird belong to you?
Oh, of course he does, yes. He holds my velvet train in his beak.
The Ting-a-ling Bird was taking me to see you, but I've lost him.
I was helping Torchy look for some cardboard.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of cardboard in my palace.
Do you live in a palace?
Yes, of course I do. I live in an orange peel palace. Come and have a look at it. It's beautiful, and it has a wonderful smell.
How big it is. Do you have many rooms?
Oh, yes, I have 365 rooms, and I live in a different one every day.
But what happens in leap year when there are 366 days?
I stay in bed that day and don't get up.
King Dithers took Torchy to his orange peel palace.
Have you any soldiers?
Oh, of course not.
But all kings have an army.
Well, I haven't got an army, and I haven't even got a queen.
I've never heard of a king without a queen.
Oh, well, it isn't my fault. Oh, you see, when I lived on Earth, I had an army and a queen. But one day, I was inspecting the cannon outside my palace, and I popped my head inside the barrel of the gun to make sure that it was clean. And suddenly, a naughty soldier pulled the trigger, and I shot right up into the air. And I landed here. Come inside and have a look at my palace, and I'll show you my throne.
What a beautiful throne you've got. Will you sit on it for me? I'd love to see a king on a throne.
Of course, I'll sit on it for you. There. Will that do?
But you're not sitting on the throne.
Oh, dear. So I'm not. I told you I was dithery, didn't I?
Yes. And there are lots of other funny things about me. Just listen and hear for yourself.
For I am King Dithers, the dithery king. Oh, dithery, dithery, dee. I often go out when I ought to go in. There's no one as silly as me. For I often smile when I ought to frown. And I stand up when I want to sit down. For I am King Dithers, the dithery king. Oh, dithery, dithery, dee. I drink with a knife and I eat with a spoon. There's no one as silly as me. I haven't a country, I haven't a town. And I'll admit I've lost my crown. And I've even gone out in my dressing gown. I'm Dithers, the dithery king. Oh, dear.
That was a beautiful song, Your Majesty. But now I must go because I'm looking for some cardboard to mend my rocket.
Well, you needn't look any more. No, I've lots of cardboard. In fact, I have a cardboard full of cupboard. Yes, no. Oh, that's it. I mean, I've got a cardboard full of hardboard. Oh, dear. What am I saying? Well, come along to the cupboard and I'll show you. Here we are, yes. And there's a big roll of cardboard inside. You wait there, I'll go in and roll it out. I found the roll of cardboard. Oh, my, it's very big. But I'll try and push it out and I'll... Oh, good gracious.
Where are you, King Dithers?
I'm here.
Well, I can't see you.
But of course you can't. I'm inside the roll of cardboard. Oh, dear. I tried to undo it and push it out and it rolled itself right around me.
Well, I never. How can I get you out?
Well, I don't know, but you'd better think of something. I can't stay in here like this. It's most uncomfortable.
Now, let me see. I am not strong enough to undo the roll of cardboard, and I'm afraid to try to cut it in case I hurt the king. I think I'd better put on my magic beam and see if it can help me. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light? The king is caught. Just hear him shout.
Help! Help!
Please tell me how to get him out.
Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, and there was a noise like a blue bottle on the window pane. The light in his helmet grew brighter and brighter, and the beam danced out of the orange peel palace, through the trees, and landed on top of a hill.
I suppose I'll have to take the cardboard to the top of the hill. Then when I roll it to the bottom, the king will be able to step out.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. It's going to make me giddy.
I can't think of any other way, Your Majesty. You better follow me to the top of the hill.
But I can't see where I'm going.
You'll have to jump a step at a time.
Oh.
Now then, King Dithers, I'll hold one end of the cardboard, and when I give it a push, it will start to roll down.
But don't push too hard.
I won't. Oh, dear, it isn't moving at all. You're rather heavy.
Well, you'd better get the ting-a-ling bird to help you.
Ting-a-ling, where are you?
That sounds like Torchy calling. I'll fly into the sky and see what's the matter. I can see Torchy at the top of a hill with a roll of cardboard at his feet. Oh dear! The cardboard's beginning to roll down the hill. Well, would you believe it? There's something inside the cardboard. I'll fly down and have a look.
Oh, how dizzy I am. Oh, dear. I've never rolled down a hill like that before. I feel just like a barrel.
I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
No, I didn't, but, I'm too giddy to stand up properly. Oh, my. Oh, everything's upside down. Everything's topsy-turvy in topsy-turvy land. Oh, dear. Oh, I'd better sit down again until my head stops going round.
Is
all right. I called you to help me push the cardboard down the hill, but before you arrived, it started to roll on its own.
You're a clever toy, Torchy, and you can have as much cardboard as you like.
Thank you very much. I'm going to take it with me and mend my rocket at once. And as soon as it's mended, I'm going back to see Mr. Bumbledrop.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I've a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
Torchy the battery boy was walking through a lollipop field on topsy-turvy land.
I came here to find the lost toys and Pom-Pom the poodle. She belongs to Mr. Bumbledrop, the old man who made me, and he sent me here especially to bring back his dog. But Pom-Pom doesn't want to leave, and I don't know what to do.
Hello, Torchy. Oh, you are looking sad.
I feel sad. Please change your mind and come back to Earth with me.
No, no, no.
But Mr. Bumbledrop misses you.
I can't help that. Tell him to play with the children in his garden.
But Bossy Boots won't let the children play in his garden until Mr. Bumbledrop brings back the lost toys.
I remember Bossy Boots. She was always trying to pull my tail.
She was a horrid child. She wore fur-lined boots with red laces, and she was so proud of them that she never wanted to take them off, not even when she went to bed.
If she wouldn't take off her boots, I bet she made all the sheets dirty.
Oh, she did. And her mother used to get very cross with her.
If she belonged to me, I'd have called her Dirty Sheets instead of Bossy Boots.
Sniffle lamppost, you are funny, Torchy. I do wish you weren't going back to Earth.
Well, I've got to go, and that's that. Come and watch me take off in my rocket.
You can't leave without saying goodbye to the other toys.
Well, I suppose not. But I better be quick, for I think my battery is beginning to fade. I'll go to the playground, and you'll better wait for me by the rocket.
Flopsy and Pom-Pom waited by the rocket, and they waited and waited and waited.
My goodness, Torchy's a long diggle-doggle.
Maybe he's not going to go away after all. Oh, my. I can smell something nice. There must be a chocolate puddle near here. I'll go and look for it.
Hello, Beeweek. Do you know where Torchy is?
No, I haven't seen him.
Oh, dear. I do hope his battery hasn't faded. When that happens, he can't use his magic
How funny. I haven't got a battery inside me, but I can walk and talk.
That's because you're living on topsy-turvy land.
But Torchy's living on topsy-turvy land, too. So why does he need a torch battery?
Because he's a special toy. When we lived on Earth, we were just stuffed dolls and couldn't say a word. But if Torchy has a battery inside him, he can walk and talk all the time. But now I'm sure something's happened to him.
How exciting. Come on, let's see if we can find him. Where are you, Torchy?
Torchy, can you hear me?
Where are you, Peter Poggle?
But Torchy couldn't answer them, for his battery was fading so quickly that his voice was faint. Very slowly, because he was feeling weak, he pressed the switch on his jacket, and the beam flickered on and off.
Magic beam that is so bright, try and shine your lovely light. I am lost and want to be found, so please, little beam, fly round and round.
The magic beam moved slowly across the lollipop field, and there was Pom-pom the poodle, licking a puddle.
How lovely to live here where all the puddles are chocolate sauce and where crispy, crunchy bones are buried in the ground. Oh, I do love this twinkling star. I'm a very pretty poodle. My intelligence is great. And there's only one thing wrong with me. My curly hair is straight. I'm Pom-pom the poodle and I try to please. I like chocolate sauces and always sniff trees. I curl my eyelashes and sharpen my toes and sprinkle black powder on my shiny nose. I'm Pom-pom the poodle, my voice is quite gruff. Although I am tiny, I'm often quite rough. My hair is so straight, I need a permanent wave. And to keep me this shape, I admit that I shave. I'm Pom-pom the poodle. Now I lick some more chocolate and... What's that nasty light in my eyes? Go away, light. Why, it must be Torchy's magic beam. It wants me to follow it. Oh, dear. I wonder where the magic beam is going to take me. I'm sure Why, there's Torchy. What's the matter with you?
My battery's fading.
What can I do?
You must try to take me to the rocket. I've got to fly back to Earth before my battery stops working altogether.
No, don't worry, Torchy. I'm here and I'll help you.
Slowly, Pom-pom trotted along, and by the time she reached the rocket, it was quite dark.
Oh, you found Torchy. How clever you are.
His battery's faded and he can hardly talk.
Well, we'd better put him in the rocket as quickly as we can.
Poor battery boy. Carry him into the rocket, Pom-pom.
Carefully, the poodle climbed into the rocket.
Oh, I do hope Torchy will be all right.
Are you strong enough to turn the knobs?
I think so. I'm afraid my battery is stopped.
Torchy's battery has stopped completely. He'll never be able to fly the rocket back now.
What are we going to do?
I'll have to go back to Earth with him. I'm sure I can work the rocket.
I hope your master will let you come up here again.
I'm sure he will. Mr. Bumbledrop is very kind to me. But I must leave right now, Flopsy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye!
Oh, my, I feel quite nervous. Who's ever heard of a poodle flying a rocket?
Slowly, the rocket left the ground and soared into the air. Through the sky it zoomed, past all the other stars, and down towards the earth.
There's a strange noise in the sky tonight. It sounds just like a rocket. Why? It is a rocket. and it's landing in my garden. Well, how splendiferous. Yeah? I can hear a dog barking too. It's Pom-pom, my pretty woolly Pom-pom. Oh, Pom-pom, how glad I am to see you. I missed you so much. Huh? Why, whatever has happened to Torchy? Oh, how terrible. Has his battery broken? Don't cry. The Torchy will be all right as soon as I've put a new battery inside him. Come on, now let's take him into the house. Now then, Pom-pom, I've put a new torch battery inside Torchy, and now he'll be able to walk and talk like a real live boy. Oh, but what's happened? The Torchy isn't working after all. Oh, how terrible. I can't understand it. I know I've put a new battery inside him. Whatever can be the matter. Do stop barking, Pom-pom. Then, Pom-pom, be quiet, I say. What's wrong with you? What are you trying to tell me? Huh? The light? What light? Oh, you mean the bulb? Ah, what a clever poodle you are. Yes. Well, I'll put a new bulb in, and then I'm sure he'll work. Now, come on now, my little Torchy. Let's see if another bulb will do the trick. There we are. I'll press the switch and see what happens.
Hello, Mr. Bumbledrop. I am glad to see you.
Yes, and I'm glad to see you. Thank you for bringing back my poodle.
I didn't bring back Pom-pom. She brought me. You're a clever poodle and I love you. Why don't you talk properly?
Well, Pom-pom is talking properly. Dogs always bark when they talk.
But Pom-pom could talk like you and me when she lived on the Twinkling Star.
What? Good gracious. Oh, how splendiferous.
Oh, Mr. Bumbledrop, I'm so happy to see you.
And I'm happy to see you. It's wonderful to have my little poodle and my battery boy home at last.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, 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 Torchy,
Mr. Bumbledrop was walking along the road with his dog, Pom-pom the poodle.
Yes, I'm so glad you came back to me, Pom-pom. I was very lonely when the big wind came and blew you into the sky. That's why I made Torchy and sent him up in a rocket to bring you back.
Mr. Bumbledrop! Mr. Bumbledrop!
What's the matter, Torchy? Is anything wrong?
There's a little girl in your garden, and she's kicking the swings and stamping her feet on the grass.
Oh, goodness. That sounds like Bossy Boots. She's always stamping her feet and bossing everyone around. But what is she doing in my garden?
Well, I expect she's heard that Pom-Pom's back, and she thinks the toys have come back as well.
Yes, well, I'd better go and tell her that the toys haven't.
If Mr. Bumbledrop doesn't find my rag doll and all the other toys, I'm going to pull out all the flowers and break the seesaw and the swing.
No, Bossy Boots. That's not a nice thing to say.
I'm not a nice little girl, and I want Flopsy. Give her to me at once.
I haven't got your rag doll.
Yes, you have. You found Pom-Pom the poodle, so you must have found the other toys as well.
I didn't find Pom-Pom. Torchy the battery boy found her.
Who's Torchy?
He's a little toy with a battery inside him, and he can walk and talk just like a real live boy.
What a silly old man you are. Toys can't walk and talk. They're stuffed full of sawdust.
Don't be so rude. I'm not full of sawdust.
Ooh, he's talking.
Of course I'm talking, you horrid girl.
Don't you call me horrid. I want my rag doll. If I don't get her, I'll take Torchy instead.
You can't have me, and you can't have your rag doll either. All the lost toys live on a twinkling star, and they never want to come back and belong to naughty children again. The toys are much happier living on their own.
Oh, what a lot of nonsense you're talking. How can toys live on their own? They're not people.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Don't answer me back. I'm going to tell my daddy of you.
Yes, I'm sure she's the naughtiest girl in the world. If someone treated her the way she treated Flopsy, she'd soon learn how to behave herself.
What a wonderful idea, Mr. Bumbledrop. I know how we could teach Bossy Boots a lesson.
Well, let's go inside for tea, and you can tell me what you mean. Now then, Torchy, how can we teach Bossy Boots a lesson?
I'll take her back to the twinkling star with me, and the toys will teach her to behave herself.
Yes, well, they'll never be able to do that, I'm afraid. She's much bigger than they are.
But she won't be bigger than they are on the twinkling star. You see, it's topsy-turvy land, where everything's upside down. And grown-up people and children become as small as toys.
Well, I never. You'd better take her there at once.
But how can I get her in the rocket? She might not want to come with me.
Well, there's only one way to make Bossy Boots do something, and that's to tell her that she can't do it. Now, I'll show her the rocket and tell her she mustn't go for a ride in it. You watch me and see what happens.
Oh, what a funny-looking rocket this is. I don't like it at all. I'd be very frightened to go up in it.
Well, there's no need to worry, because you're not going up in it. It's much too late, and you should go home.
You can't tell me what to do.
Oh, yes, I can. Now move away from that rocket, Bossy Boots. You're not going up in it.
Yes, I will go up in it. I will.
Oh, please, Mr. Bumbledrop, let me take Bossy Boots up in the rocket for a little ride.
No. Well, all right then.
Trying not to laugh, Torchy led the way into the rocket. and Mr. Bumbledrop watched them.
Goodbye, Torchy.
Goodbye, Mr. Bumbledrop.
Torchy switched on the engine, and slowly the rocket left the ground. Higher and higher the rocket soared into the sky.
I've flown long enough now, Torchy. Turn the rocket round at once. But I want to take you to the twinkling star, and then you'll be able to find Flopsy, the rag doll. Look through the window, and you'll see the star now.
Sure enough, there was the star shining brightly in the sky, and Bossy Boots was terribly excited to know that they were going to land on it.
Will we be there soon? I want... Why, Torchy, whatever's happened to you? You've got bigger. I haven't got bigger. You've got smaller. No, I haven't. Yes, you have. You're the same size as I am, and that means you're a toy. I don't believe a word you're saying. Then you better wait until we get to Topsy-Turvy Land. You won't be able to smack Flopsy the rag doll anymore, because she'll be as big as you, and she'll smack you back.
The toys, of course, were fast asleep in Frutown. But as the day broke, they started to play in the playground. There was Pillywig the clown, Flopsy the rag doll, and Squish the space boy with a water pistol.
I wish Torchy would come back soon. I've nearly forgotten what he looks like.
It's only been a week since he left us. You have got a bad memory, Flopsy.
It's not my fault. It's because I haven't got enough stuffing inside me, and my head is empty.
Oh, what's that noise?
What noise?
Oh, up in the sky. Why, it's the rocket.
Hooray! Torchy's coming back. And the rocket's landed in the lollipop field. I feel so happy now that Torchy's here again. Hip, hip, pickle poggle.
Well, I hope he's going to stay longer this time. Torchy laughs at my jokes more than anyone else. Oh, I better get my biggest scrubbing brush and clean my tooth. I want to look nice and smart for him.
And I'll go to Frutown and tell all the other toys that we'll have a party.
And I'll go and meet Torchy.
All right. See you soon.
I can see Flopsy. Come on, Bossy Boots, let's go and meet her.
I'm not going to meet a rag doll. I can see a tree over there with buns growing on it, and I want to pick one.
But I want to wait for Flopsy.
You've got to listen to me.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. I'm bigger than you are, and I'll push you over.
You're not bigger than me anymore, so you better stop being bossy.
Oh, Torchy, I'm so pleased to see you. But who have you brought with you? I'm sure I've seen that girl before. Why, it's Bossy Boots. Go away, you piggle-poggle girl. Don't you tell me to go away, you stuffed doll. I'll pull all your stuffing out if you're not careful.
You can't do that anymore. I'm as big as you are, and I'll push you over.
You won't.
I will. And I have.
Oh, Torchy, Flopsy pushed me on the ground.
Serves you right. Let's leave her by herself and go back to Frutown.
We must pick some cream buns first. The toys are going to give a party for you, and we have to have some cakes.
There we are. I think we've enough cream buns now.
Let's take them away. You leave them there. I want to eat them all up myself.
Don't be greedy.
I'm not greedy. I'm hungry.
Then come home and have some bread and butter.
I'm not hungry for bread and butter. I'm hungry for cake, and I'm going to eat every one of them.
Then you better eat this one first.
What a nasty thing to do.
It serves you right for being so diggle-doggle. Come on, Torchy. Let's leave Bossy Boots by herself and go to Frutown.
What a horrid place Topsy-Turvy Land is. I don't like being smaller than the toys because I can't boss them and push them over.
I'm jolly glad you can't. So many naughty children, I don't know what to do. So many naughty children, just you and you and you. They never say please or thank you. They don't ever close a door. They scribble all over the bedroom walls and leave their clothes on the floor. What shall we do to them? Send them up to bed. If they are naughty again, then smack them hard instead. So many naughty children, lots of girls and boys who never mind their manners and never care for toys. They never wash their ears or neck, they've dirty fingernails. They pull the wings off butterflies and tie cans of puppy dogs' tails.
That's the most stupid song I ever heard. You've got to take me home at once.
I'm not going to take you home until you've learned how to behave yourself. And I can see that's going to take a very long time. Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
If you look into the sky on a dark night, you can see a star twinkling very brightly. It's called Topsy-Turvy Land, and it's the most wonderful land you've ever seen. All the lost toys live in Frutown, where the houses are made of fruit. Just look at that beautiful pineapple house. That's where Torchy, the battery boy, lives.
I went to Earth to see Mr. Bumbledrop, the man who made me. But I didn't stay there because a naughty girl called Bossy Boots wanted to put me in her toy cupboard. Mr. Bumbledrop and I thought of a wonderful plan. I brought Bossy Boots back here in my rocket. And when children reach this star, they become the same size as the toys. So now the toys are going to teach her some manners. But what's that noise outside? I better go and see. Goodness, it's Flopsy, the rag doll. Why are you up so early?
I'm looking for Bossy Boots.
I hope she's not up to any mischief.
Perhaps she's eating one of the apple houses. When I was her toy on Earth, I remember she was very fond of apples.
Never mind. We can always pick another from a tree.
All our town is made of fruit, just take a peep and see. Apples and pears and juicy cherries, red as red can be. Gooseberry chairs, walnut stairs, we can munch a lemon door, or lickety-lack a blackcurrant floor. So if you will come to Frutown, there's a pretty sight.
What a horrible song. And what a horrible place Topsy-Turvy Land is. You must take me back to Earth at once.
You can't leave until the toys have taught you how to behave yourself.
I don't need the toys to teach me manners, thank you very much. I want to go home and take my rag doll with me. Come here, Flopsy, and I'll pull out your stuffing. You leave my pickle boggle alone, you dickle-doggle girl. What a funny way you talk.
Flopsy can't help it. Her head is so empty that she forgets the proper words to say.
That just shows how stupid she is.
I'm not.
Oh, Torchy! Flopsy pushed me.
Serves you right. When she was your doll, you were always pushing her. And now she's going to do the same to you. You can take Bossy Boots home with you, Flopsy, and she can be your doll.
Oh, how lovely.
Flopsy took Bossy Boots home to her cherry cottage and started to do all the things to Bossy Boots that Bossy Boots used to do to her.
When I lived with you on Earth, you had porridge for breakfast. And when you didn't want to eat it up, you stuffed it inside me. I didn't. Yes, you did. And that's exactly what I'm going to do to you.
On the table was a bowl of thick, cold porridge. And Flopsy took a big spoonful and held it in front of Bossy Boots' face.
Come and have the porridge now. No. Then I'll stuff it in your mouth. I don't want any porridge. It's cold and nasty. Leave me alone. Torchy, Torchy.
I'm not going in to help Bossy Boots. I wonder what Flopsy's going to do to her next.
When I lived with you, you always undressed me and left me wearing a vest. And that's what I'm going to do to you. Don't you dare take my dress off. Don't you dare take my petticoat off.
I'm almost beginning to feel sorry for Bossy Boots. I'm sure she'll have learned her lesson now.
There. Don't you feel nice and comfortable in your vest? No, I don't. I feel cold. You're a horrible doll. And you're a pickle-poggle girl. Go out of my house at once.
Bossy Boots ran out of the house and a long way down the road.
I'll go into the wood and see if I can find Torchy's rocket. Then I'll fly to Earth on my own.
The rocket was not in the wood at all, but King Dithers was there with a tingling bird. King Dithers lives in an orange peel palace, and he's always dithering around, looking for things he's lost.
Oh, dithery-dithery-dee. There's no one as silly as me. I think I'll dig a nice big hole and try to catch a flea. Oh, well. I don't think I really want to catch a flea after all. I'll dig a huge pit and try to catch an elephant.
Why do you want to catch an elephant, Your Majesty?
Because I want to go on holiday, and I've got so many clothes that I must have a big trunk to put them in. Oh, I'm quite funny today. Yes, well, now I'll start to dig a hole.
King Dithers started to dig, and by the time it was dark, he had dug a hole nearly as big as he was.
I dug this wonderful pit, but I can't remember what I dug it for.
You were digging a hole to catch an elephant, Your Majesty.
Oh, dear, so I was. Well, I better put some leaves over the top to hide it. And then, when the elephant comes along, it'll fall right in. Oh, I think I can hear someone coming. I'm sure it must be the elephant.
It's very dark in this wood, and I'm so cold in my vest. When I become a grown-up girl again, I'll never undress my dolls and leave them out in the garden. I didn't realize how naughty I was. I'll go to Frutown and tell Flopsy I'm going to behave myself from now on.
Well, well, I've caught an elephant at last. Oh, it sounds just like a girl elephant.
Help! Help! I've fallen down a hole.
Hello there. Oh, my. You have got a small trunk.
I'm not an elephant.
Of course you are.
I tell you I'm not, you silly old... I'm not going to be rude anymore. I'm not an elephant, sir. I'm a little girl, and my name is Bossy Boots.
Is that so? Oh, well, if you're a little girl, you've no business going into my elephant trap. Now, come out at once.
I can't get out.
Oh, of course you can. Here, look, I'll help you. Now, steady. Daisy, there.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
Oh, that's all right. But tell me what you're doing out so late.
I want to go to Frutown, but I've lost my way. Can you take me back?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Now then, so we go to the left. No, it's to the right. No, yeah, it's in front of me. Oh! Good gracious! What's happened?
You've fallen down the hole.
Oh, so I have. Oh dear, 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 dear. Oh, I'd better get out. I think I... Oh, dear, my. Look at all the dirt on my lovely velvet train. Oh, dear, dear, dear. When I catch the person who dug this hole, I'll lock him up in my dungeon.
Then you'd better lock yourself up, because you dug it.
So I did. Well. I told you I was dithery, didn't I? Now, come along. Take me to Frutown.
But you were going to take me. I've lost my way.
Oh, why ever didn't you say so? Oh, what a silly child you are.
Don't you call me a silly, you stupid... I forgot. I'm going to be very polite from now on. You lead the way, Your Majesty.
Ah, here's Torchy's house. Let's lean against the side and have a sleep. Oh, dear. I don't want to wake him up. It's too late.
It isn't late at all, and I'm not going to sleep on the ground. I'm sorry. I forgot I was going to be good. I'll do anything you say, Your Majesty.
That's right. Now, come along. Lie next to me and have a sleep.
King Dithers and Bossy Boots fell fast asleep. And in the morning, when Torchy came out, he found them there.
Wake up! Wake up, it's morning.
Oh, so it is. Oh, do you know Bossy Boots?
Oh, yes, she's a naughty girl. I'm not naughty anymore. I promise to be very good. What a surprise. I hope you don't break your promise. Of course I won't break my promise, you stupid toy. Oh, what have I said? Please forgive me, Torchy. Don't worry about it, Bossy Boots. I can see it's going to take you a long while to remember how to behave yourself all the time.
Torchy, the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I'm a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy,
is Frutown, which is on Topsy-Turvy Land. Topsy-Turvy Land is really a twinkling star, and all the toys that used to belong to naughty children live there. The cleverest toy is Torchy, and he has a rocket and flies down to Earth whenever he wants to. Last week, the king of Topsy-Turvy Land gave him a penny farthing bicycle, and Torchy was outside his pineapple house cleaning it when Squish, the space boy with a water pistol, came to see him.
Hi, Torchy. What are you doing? Cleaning my bike. Isn't it beautiful?
My water pistol is much nicer.
Well, your water pistol is nice.
Then I'll give it to you if you'll give me your bike.
Oh, no. I'd much rather have my penny farthing.
What a mean boy you are.
One day I'm going to have a fight with Squish and take his water pistol away from him. I won't be long, Bike. As soon as I've had breakfast, we'll go for a ride.
Torchy went into his pineapple house and found Pom-pom, the poodle.
Hello, Torchy. Will you take my curlers out? I can't. I'm in a hurry. You shouldn't put curlers in every night. But my hair's straight and I'd look silly without any curls. You wouldn't look silly at all. You'd look different. I don't want to look different. I want to look beautiful. Please take my curlers out. No. Well, twist my tail. You're awfully mean. I can't help that. I want to ride my bicycle and I've no time to waste on a poodle.
Pom-pom walked along the road, growling to herself.
How nasty Torchy is not to take out my curlers. I like to look pretty. French poodles always take great care of themselves. We're not as untidy as terriers. We're much better mannered than Pekingese. And of course, poodles are more clever than any other dog in the world. Now I'd better go and see Flopsy. She'll be kind enough to take my curlers out, I'm sure.
Flopsy was at home, sewing some curtains on her sewing machine.
I'm going to make curtains for all the houses in Frutown. Pom-pom lives in a lemon house, so I'll make yellow pickle-poggles for her. And Torchy lives in a pineapple house, so I'll make green pickle-poggles for him.
No. Don't make any curtains for Torchy. He wouldn't take my curlers out.
Oh, how strange. Perhaps he had something else to do.
He had nothing to do at all. He just wanted to ride his new bicycle, and I hope he falls off.
But Torchy was enjoying his ride, and he cycled along as happy as could be.
Oh, it's wonderful living in Topsy-Turvy Land, because the sun is always shining, and when it rains orange juice. Oh dear. I wish it would rain now. I could do with a drink. Of course, I could drink my pail of whitewash, but there's no one here to laugh at me if I did. There must be something here I could drink. Why, surely, that's a lemonade lily over there.
Torchy was pedalling nearer on his penny farthing, and he saw Pillywig pumping the lily leaf.
All I must do is pump the leaf up and down, and the flower cup will fill with lemonade. Oh, lovely.
Move out of the way, Pillywig. My brakes aren't very good.
Oh, what lovely lemonade I'm going to have.
Oh, dear, I wish I had a bell. Move out of the way, Pillywig. Oh!
Pillywig landed headfirst in the bucket, and Torchy landed with the bicycle round his neck.
What a nasty accident. Are you all right, Pillywig?
Oh, I'm covered in whitewash, and I can't see a thing.
I'm awfully sorry, but I did call to you to mind out of the way, and you didn't hear me.
Why didn't you ring your bell?
I haven't got a bell.
Haven't got a bell? Do you mean to say you haven't got a bell on your bike?
No.
Really, Torchy? Don't you know it's dangerous to ride a bicycle without a bell? I'm not going to let you get on it anymore. You'll have to push it all the way back to Frutown.
But that's much too far away.
I don't care.
Oh, please, Pillywig, I promised to cycle very slowly.
No, you've got to push it.
So Torchy pushed the bike all the way home. My, how tired he was.
There we are, Pillywig. Now I better find a bell.
I wonder where we can buy one.
We can't buy one. You see, there aren't any shops on Topsy-Turvy Land because everything is free.
Oh, I'd forgotten that. Well. We'll have to find a bell somewhere.
I'll go and ask Squish if he has one. Hello, Squish. I'm looking for a bell to put on my bicycle. Have you got one?
No, I haven't. And even if I had, I wouldn't give it to you.
Why not?
Because you wouldn't let me ride on your bicycle.
If you find a bell, I'll let you ride on my bike all day.
Huh. Well, I don't want to ride on it now, so you better find somebody else to help you. Stick 'em up.
No, I won't. I've got to find a bell first.
Torchy looked everywhere for a bell. He even went to the pepper tree.
Dear old pepper tree, do you know where I can find a bell for my bike? There must be some way that I can find a bell. I feel so miserable. I must be the saddest toy on Topsy-Turvy Land.
You're not the saddest toy. I am.
Who are you?
I'm Whirly, the humming top. But I've lost my hum.
How awful. How did it happen?
The naughty boy who owned me put me into his bathwater, and my insides got rusty. I can still manage to whirl, but I can't manage to hum. See what I mean?
Poor Whirly, I am sorry for you. Have you been on Topsy-Turvy Land long? I haven't seen you before.
I arrived on a big wind with a lot of other toys, and we live on the far side of the mountain. Where do you live?
In Frutown with lots of other toys.
Do you think one of them might have a hum to give me?
Oh, I don't know. Pillywig the clown has got one big tooth, Squish has a water pistol, and Flopsy the rag doll has an empty head. No, I'm sure none of them have a hum to give you.
Oh, that's terrible. What can I do?
Well, can't you whirl around without a hum?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm a humming top, not an ordinary top.
Oh, please don't cry, Whirly. Maybe we could mend your hum for you. There must be some way of getting rid of the rust. I'll ask my magic beam. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light? I've 2 questions instead of 1. I want a bicycle bell and a lovely hum.
Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, and there was a noise like a blue bottle on the window pane. The beam in his helmet grew brighter, and it danced through the magic wood and stopped by a beautiful tree. There were peanuts growing all over it, and sitting on one of the branches was the tingling bird.
How clever my magic beam is. You must eat some peanuts, and then all the oil will come out.
What good will that do?
It will take away the rust, and you'll be able to hum.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I'll rush you to the peanut tree.
Torchy and Whirly picked a big pile of peanuts. Whirly started to eat them, and as he chewed, the peanut oil dripped down his throat onto the rust inside his tummy.
I feel much better. Oh, I'll see if I can hum now. Oh, look at me, Torchy. Aren't I humming beautifully?
Yes, you are.
Thank you for helping me, Torchy. You're the cleverest boy I ever met.
Well, now that I've helped you, I must find a bell for my bicycle. Who wants a bell? I do, but I can't find one. Please don't cry. I can help you. How? I'm a bird bell, you know. And if you to do is tap me. What a good idea. Come on, Ting-a-ling bird, let's get my bike at once. Bye-bye, Whirly. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
I've got a penny farthing and it's going very fast. I ride the pedals round and see the trees go whizzing past. When I go ding-ding on the ting-a-ling, all the toys around can tell that the ting-a-ling will soon sing, 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 and sound just like a bell. I've got a penny farthing with a wheel both big and small, and when I ride upon my bike, then I am very tall. Though I have no bell, I have got a bird, and his name is Ting-a-ling. When I tap his tail, he lets out a wail. Then he begins to sing. Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I've a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
This is Topsy-Turvy Land, which is really a twinkling star. And all the toys that used to belong to the naughty children live there, as well as Torchy the battery boy and Pom-pom the poodle. And they all live in Frutown, where the houses are made of fruit.
Hello, Pom-pom. You're looking pretty today.
I always look pretty. Flopsy has taken out my curlers and my hair isn't straight anymore.
Will you come and have tea with me?
Oh, I don't drink tea, only chocolate. I haven't time for that today. I'm going for a walk to show the toys how beautiful I am.
Oh, don't be so vain, Pom-pom.
I can't help it. All poodles are vain. Goodbye, Torchy. I'll see you soon.
Well, what a conceited poodle she is. I'll go and ask Flopsy if she'll have tea with me instead.
Flopsy the rag doll was cleaning the windows of her cherry cottage. She hasn't enough stuffing inside her, and she's always falling down.
Oh, big old ball. I do wish I could stand up straight. Never mind, Flopsy. When you brush Pom-pom's curls next time, cut some of her hair off and I'll stuff it inside you.
Pom-pom won't let me have any more of her hair for stuffing. She says we took too much last time.
She doesn't mean it.
Yes, she does. She's a very conceited poodle.
I know. Why, she's gone for a walk now, so that the toys can see how beautiful she is.
She hasn't gone for a walk yet. I saw her going to her lemon house.
And I'm sure she's looking at herself in the mirror. Let's peep through the window and see.
Torchy and Flopsy crept up to Pom-Pom's lemon house and peeped through the window. And there was the poodle admiring herself in the mirror.
There's no poodle more beautiful than I am. I'll go and put a big red bow in my hair.
A big red bow for a dog. Oh, how stupid.
There we are. I think the bow looks quite nice. Or would I be prettier with a hat?
What a diggle-doggle dog. Now she's going to put a hat on. Oh, doesn't she look funny? Oh, Flopsy, do look.
Yes, I think this hat suits me very well. But if I wear it for a long time, it might spoil my hair. I'd better take it off and wear a bow instead. And I'll have a red handbag to match. I'm so glad I'm a French poodle. Oh, la la. Maybe I'll talk with a French accent.
Did you hear what Pom-Pom said? She said she wants to talk with a French accent. If she does, I'll pull her tail. She's coming out now. Let's talk to her. Hello, Pom-Pom.
Bonjour.
What did you say?
I said bonjour. That's French for hello.
I can't speak French.
Neither can I. So I'll have to talk English with a French accent. Bonjour, torchy. How are you this morning?
I'm very well, thank you. But you needn't talk with a French accent, Pom-Pom. We all know you're English.
How can I be English if I'm a French poodle? I want to go for a walk and let all the toys see how beautiful I am.
Really, I've never met such a silly dog before. We should teach her not to be so conceited. I know, but what can we do? Have you any ideas, Flopsy? Oh, my head's too empty. Can't you think of something? No, I can't. But sing me a song and I'll try to think of an idea. All right.
I'm a little rag doll, my seams are all undone. Pom-Pom pulls the cotton wool and I start flopping down. Flopsy, Flopsy, I have such an empty head. I forget so many words, I say pickle-pole ones instead. If I washed my face, I would be so tiggle-toggle. If I washed my hair, I would be so wiggle-woggle. I am filled with stuffing, but it keeps popping out. Pom-Pom bites everything in sight, and I begin to shout. Flopsy, Flopsy, I am looking such a sight. When I see my face in the glass, I begin to scream with fright.
I know what we can do to Pom-Pom. What is it? Do stop laughing. Tell me. Bend close and I'll whisper. Pom-Pom will be so piggle-poggle. Let's do it now.
Torchy and Flopsy hurried down the road until they found Squish filling his water pistol.
Hello, Squish. Will you help us to teach Pom-Pom not to show off so much?
Sure I will. What do I have to do? Oh, gee, that's the funniest thing I've heard. She's going to be very angry.
Come on, Torchy. Let's go and tell Pillywig what we want him to do.
Pillywig the clown was scrubbing his tooth with a big scrubbing brush.
I have the biggest tooth in topsy-turvy land. And now, it's going to be the cleanest tooth as well.
Good afternoon, Pillywig. Will you do something for us?
What is it? Oh. Pom-Pom's going to be very annoyed if I do that.
Flopsy and I will wait inside my house. Now don't forget your promise.
I won't.
Pom-pom the poodle was walking along the road, talking to herself as usual.
What a lovely walk I'm having. I found a chocolate puddle and licked it all up, and I've... At all the trees. But I wish there was a lamppost on topsy-turvy land. Maybe Torchy could bring me one back when he goes down to earth again. Oh, good. Here comes Squish. Now he can see how beautiful I am.
Good afternoon, Pom-pom.
Squish, don't I look beautiful?
You don't look as beautiful as Flopsy.
Well, chase a cat around a tree. What do you mean? I'm much more beautiful than Flopsy. She's always untidy.
You're untidy, too.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Your bow has come undone, and it looks silly.
Oh, dear. Please tie my bow for me, please.
All right. Come here, then. Torchy and Flopsy were looking out of the window of Pineapple House, and they saw what Squish was doing.
Oh, how funny. Pom-pom will be so cross when she finds out.
Squish had taken off Pom-pom's ribbon, but instead of tying it in a bow, he tied an old sock on her head instead. There we are, Pom-pom. I've tied the bow, and you look beautiful now.
Thank you, Squish. You're a awfully kind space boy. Goodbye. Oh, my. What a peculiar smell. It doesn't smell like chocolate. And it doesn't smell like crispy, crunchy bones. Well, it smells just like an old sock. Hello, Piddywig. Can you smell an old sock?
No, I can't. But what's the matter with you? You look dirty.
What a nasty thing to say.
But you've got black smuts all over you.
No? Oh, please rub them off. Please rub them off.
Piddywig bent over Pom-pom, and the silly poodle didn't see that his hands were covered in soot.
Oh, dear. I'm beginning to feel quite sorry for Pom-pom. She'll look a sight.
Well, it would teach her not to show off in future.
There you are. I've rubbed off all the dirt, and you're as white as snow.
Thank you, Piddywig. You're very kind. If you'd like to come home to my lemon house, we'll bite a bone together.
No thanks. I can't bite a bone with one tooth. Bye-bye.
Now I'll go and see Torchy and Flopsy and tell them how kind Piddywig and Squish have been to me. May I come in?
Of course.
Hello, Torchy. Why, what are you laughing at?
You! What have you done to yourself?
Nothing.
You must have done something. You look even worse than I do.
Don't you dare say that. I look beautiful. Stop laughing at me.
You better go home and look in your mirror. Then you'll laugh too.
Pom-pom went to her lemon house and stared at herself in the mirror.
Oh, dear, what a sight I look. How mean Squish and Piddywig were to me. I look so silly that I'll never go out again.
Don't cry, Pom-pom. We'll make you look pretty.
I don't trust you. Just wait until I catch Piddywig and Squish. I'll give them a bite.
It wasn't their fault. We told them to do it.
You did? Come here and let me bite you instead.
Stop it, Pom-pom. It's my fault as well. But Flopsy and I wanted to teach you not to be so conceited.
We promised to make you look nice again, but only if you won't be so vain.
Well, I'll try not to show off, but I'm French, you know, and I can't help it.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I've a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, Torchy, Torchy,
On a hill, there is a cottage with a large garden, and in the cottage lives Mr. Bumbledrop. He's lonely because his poodle pom-pom is living on a twinkling star with Torchy, the battery boy.
When Pom-Pom and the toys were blown into the air by the wind, I made a battery boy to keep me company. But he flew up to the twinkling star in a rocket and only comes down to see me now and again. Oh dear, I do feel miserable by myself. Oh, why? What's that light? Ah, how splendiferous! It's Torchy's magic beam. Are you all right, Torchy?
Yes, I am, Mr. Bumbledrop, but I miss you.
And I miss you too. Why don't you come down right away?
I'm already in my rocket. I can see the moon, and now I can see the earth. In my little rocket, shiny new, I will fly very high up into the deep blue sky. I will wave the earth goodbye. If you like, you can come too. I will find the biggest star that twinkles very bright. It glitters like a diamond and sparkles through the night. I will pass the moon and the clouds are raised. I will start to count the stars as I zoom out into space. In my little rocket, shiny new, I will fly very high up into the deep blue sky. I will wave the earth goodbye. If you like, you can come too. Come into the garden, Mr. Bumbledrop, and you can watch me land.
By the time Mr. Bumbledrop went into the garden, the rocket had already landed, and Torchy and Pom-Pom were stepping out of it.
Dear Mr. Bumbledrop, how lovely to see you.
And it's wonderful to see you and my darling, lovely woolly Pom-Pom. Now. You're nearly knocking me over. Come into the house, both of you. You're just in time for supper.
Oh, goody. What have we got?
There's meat stew for us, and some dog biscuits mashed in milk for pom-pom.
Pom-pom doesn't like dog biscuits. On topsy-turvy land, she only chews crispy, crunchy bones and meatballs covered in chocolate sauce.
Is that so now? Well, she isn't going to get any chocolate sauce here. Chocolate's very bad for dogs. No, don't bark at me. Behave yourself, Pom-pom. No, sit. No, sit, I say. And don't growl at me either. My goodness, you're becoming a spoiled poodle. Sit out here until you can behave yourself.
After Mr. Bumbledrop and Torchy had had supper, they sat down by the fire.
I do wish you'd come up to the twinkling star.
Well, I will come one day, Torchy, but not now. I have a lot of things to do in the house.
Do the children come and play with you now?
Oh, yes. Since you took Bossy Boots to Topsy-Turvy Land and taught her how to behave herself, she's been very good indeed. And she lets all the children play in my garden, even though you didn't bring back the other toys.
I'm glad Bossy Boots is good. That sounds like Pom-pom. Oh, please let her in, Mr. Bumbledrop. She doesn't like coming down to earth, you know, because she can't talk properly down here, and it makes her cross.
Well, all right, Torchy. Yes, I'll let her in. Come on, Pom-pom. Push the door with your nose. No. Stop licking me and sit down. How good it is to have you two back again.
In the morning, Torchy and Pom-pom played on the seesaw.
I'm going to do some shopping, Torchy. Is there anything I can get for you?
Oh, I think I'd better have another battery, Mr. Bumbledrop. I haven't had a new one inside me for a long time.
And so you haven't. Yes, it'd be terrible if your battery stopped working, because then you wouldn't be able to walk and talk like a real live boy.
That would be dreadful.
No, don't you worry, me boy. I'll bring a new battery straight back with me. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Come on then, Pom-pom. It'll do you good to have a run.
Now, what can I do by myself? Such a long time since I've been on Earth that I've forgotten what it's like. I'll walk to the village as well and come back with Mr. Bumbledrop and Pom-pom.
Torchy walked along the road. It was much longer to the village than he had thought, and soon he began to feel tired.
I don't think I can walk much further. And, oh dear, my voice is getting rather slow. I think my battery is running down and stopping.
Poor Torchy's battery ran down completely, and he lay there like an ordinary toy. Suddenly, a mean-looking woman called Mrs. Mealy-Mouth came walking down the road.
Well, fancy! Someone has lost their toy. Quite a nice one, too. I think I'll take it home for my little boy. He can do with another toy.
Mr. Bumbledrop was at the bottom of the road when he saw Mrs. Mealy-Mouth pick Torchy up.
Oh, dear. That nasty woman is carrying Torchy. His battery must have broken down. Give me back my toy! He doesn't belong to you! Come back!
Don't you shout at me, Bumbledrop! Findings keepings, and I'm taking this toy home to my boy Bogey.
I'm fed up playing with this train. All it does is go round and round and round and round and round and round and round. Wish I had some more toys. I'll go and look in my cupboard and see if I can find something. I haven't got a thing to play with. Oh, make Mummy go to the toy shop and buy me something new.
Bogey! Bogey!
Here I am.
I've got something for you.
What is it? Why? Cool, it's a toy. Did you buy it?
No, I found it on the road and I thought you'd like it.
Cool. Yes, I would. It's beautiful. Why, he's wearing a helmet and has a switch on his jacket. Oh, it won't light up.
Well, I expect it needs a new battery. I'll go down to the shop and buy you one.
I'll come with you. Maybe you'll buy me another toy.
No, one toy's quite enough. Don't be so greedy or I'll box your ears.
If you hit me, I'll hit you back.
Don't you talk to me like that or I won't buy you a new battery at all.
I'm sorry, Mummy. I didn't mean it. I'll be very good. For a little while.
All right, then. You might as well come with me to the shops.
We better not take the toy with us, in case the little boy or girl who lost it is out looking for it.
Oh, how clever of you to think of that, Bogey. All right, let's leave the toy here.
Bogey and Mrs. Mealy Mouth went out, and poor Torchy lay on the table. How dreadful for him to belong to such a horrid child. Just then, the door creaked open, and in tiptoed Mr. Bumbledrop and Pom-pom.
There's my little Torchy, lying on the table. Now don't worry, Torchy, me lad. I've bought a battery, and I'll take out the old one and slip this one inside. All right, now don't be afraid, Pom-pom. Shh. Go to the window and let me know when you see Mrs. Mealy Mouth coming back.
Pom-pom padded over to the window. And she could see Bogey coming back to the house.
I'm not going down to the shops after all. I'd much rather play with my new toy instead. I'll take him to pieces and find out how he works.
All right, Pom-pom. Yes, I've just put in the new battery. Right, get up, Torchy.
Thank goodness you came to save me, Mr. Bumbledrop.
All right, Pom-pom. We'll go at once. We'd better slip out the back way, then we won't bump into Mrs. Mealy Mouth and Bogey. I'm quite out of breath. I'm too old for running like that.
Bogey won't be able to catch me now.
I should hope not. But you must be more careful in future, Torchy. When you think your battery's running down, you should always put in a new one.
But I never carry a new one on me.
Then you should do. I can't have anything happening to you or Pom-pom because I love you best in all the world. Now, before you go back to topsy-turvy land, I'll buy you another battery and an extra bulb.
I want to go back to topsy-turvy land now. I don't like staying here with so many naughty children around.
I was afraid you'd say that. Not that I can blame you. Yeah. And you want to go back as well. All right, then. I'll kiss you both goodbye, and you can leave.
We'll come back another time, Mr. Bumbledrop. And until we do, we'll always think of you. Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes and golden hair. I've a magic beam that can shine anywhere. Torchy, Torchy, the little battery boy. Torchy, Torchy, the battery boy. I'm a walkie-talkie toy. Press my switch, see my bulb start to gleam. It's the most magic light you have seen. Torchy, 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 Torchy.
I'm sure you've never seen an orange peel palace before, but that's because you haven't been to Topsy-Turvy Land. The king of Topsy-Turvy Land is called Dithers, and there he is in his throne room, dithering around as usual.
I wonder what I shall do with myself today. Shall I go to bed? Oh, no. I don't want to do that. I've only just got up. Oh, I think I'll go to Frutown and see how Torchy the battery boy is getting on. Better make myself tidy before I go. I must dust my hair and comb my velvet train and... I don't mean that at all. I mean I must dust my comb and have my velvet... what am I saying? Oh, dear, my crown's fallen off. It seems too large for me today. Maybe my head is shrinking. Now, where's my coach and donkey? Daffy? Daffy, I want you.
Daffy the donkey was harnessed to King Dithers' coach outside the palace.
I wonder why King Dithers is calling me.
Ah, hello, Daffy. I want you to take me to Frutown.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Well, do you know where it is?
What do you take me for, a donkey? Certainly I do.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it. Now I'll climb into the coach, and we can be off.
King Dithers climbed into his coach, and Daffy began to pull him down the road towards Frutown. Trit-trot, trit-trot went the little donkey, and from the coach came the sound of King Dithers' snores. But soon, Daffy began to feel tired, and suddenly he stopped walking.
I'm tired of pulling the coach, and I want to have a rest. Wake up, Your Majesty. Frutown is not far away, and you'll have to walk there.
Nonsense. I'm not going to walk to Frutown. Now, take me all the way there, and you can have a rest afterwards.
I'm too hot, and I want to rest now.
Oh, what an obstinate donkey you are. Oh, well, I suppose I will have to walk the rest of the way after all.
Torchy was cleaning the windows of his pineapple house when King Dithers tiptoed up behind him.
Boo.
Oh, why, it's King Dithers. Have you come to have tea with me?
I can't remember. I'm very absent-minded, you know, and I sometimes forget things.
I know you do. You've forgotten something very important today.
Oh, have I really? What?
You've forgotten to put your crown on.
Forgotten to put my crown on? But oh, well, so I have. Oh, dear, I wonder where it can be. Oh.
Perhaps you left it in the palace.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course I did. Oh, I'd better go back at once and put it on. Oh, you can't be a king without a crown, you know. Oh, dear. Come back to the palace with me and you can have tea in the throne room.
Oh, goody, I'd love that. Can I bring Squish with me?
I suppose so.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll go and fetch him at once.
Squish, the space boy with a water pistol, was having a swing in the playground.
Gee, I don't know what to do with myself today.
Would you like to have tea with King Dithers?
Oh, brother, that would be super. I've always wanted to have tea in a palace.
Come on, then.
King Dithers and Torchy and Squish drove back to the palace. Daffy didn't like pulling such a heavy coach, and they went very slowly. But at last they reached the palace and went into the throne room.
Now, help me find my crown, and then we'll have tea. Oh, dear. Oh, now, where is it?
I can't see it anywhere.
Neither can I. I guess you've lost it.
Oh, good gracious. We've got to find it. Torchy, you must help me find my crown.
All right. I'll ask my magic beam to help me. Magic beam that is so bright, will you shine your lovely light here and there and up and down until you find King Dithers' crown? Now I'll press the switch on my jacket and my beam will tell us the answer.
Sure enough, the light in Torchy's helmet grew brighter, and it shone out of the throne room and all the way to a beautiful green bush.
We'd better go and look under that bush, Your Majesty. My beam says that's where you'll find your crown.
Oh, well, let's go at once then. Oh, my head feels cold without a crown. Well, here's the bush. My crown should be around somewhere, but I can't see it.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure. Your beam must be wrong, Torchy.
Good gracious, what a funny-looking thing. It's not a penguin and it's not a pelican. Do you know what it is, Your Majesty?
I think it's a pelican. There's only one of them in the world.
Can you talk? Can't you speak properly? I'm sure you could speak if you opened your beak.
Oh, come on, pelican. Open your beak and say something.
How odd. I do wish he would talk to me. I'm sure he must have a very funny voice. I know what I'll do. I'll get a long piece of grass and tickle his tummy.
Oh, dithery, dithery me. Wherever can my crown be? Oh, do stop walking up and down.
I've found some grass and I'm going to tickle you and make you laugh. Then you'll have to talk. Keep still, Pelican. Oh, he's laughing, King Dithers. Listen to him. Well, I never. I found your crown.
Oh, you naughty bird. How dare you steal my crown? Open your beak and give it to me.
I don't think the Pelican's going to open his beak. I'll find a pair of pincers and make him open it.
No. Come on, Pelican. Open your beak and give me my crown. It was naughty of you to steal it.
I didn't steal it. I found it. I love all things that shine and glitter. I've got lots of sparkling things in my beak. Have a look.
Oh. Well, I never. 3 thimbles, 14 buttons and a necklace. You'll get indigestion if you swallow all those.
I don't swallow them. I keep them in my beak and take them out and look at them.
Oh. Well, you're not going to keep my crown. I'm taking it out right away. Ah! Oh, you naughty bird. You've bitten my fingers.
I'm very sorry, but I love your crown. Please let me keep it in my beak. I'll look after it very carefully for you.
Oh, look after it for me. Well, now, let me see. That sounds a good idea. In fact, it's a wonderful idea. You can live with me and go around picking up all the things I lose. Oh, what a clever pelican you are.
I know I am.
Pelican, clever Pelican. Whatever you can do, Pelican. I'm not a fish, and I'm not a bird. When I sing, it's the funniest thing you've heard. For Pelican keeps everything in his beak. That is why poor Polly can't speak. Minnie, Minnie, Ma, here we go again. I'm Pelican, clever Pelican. Whatever you can do, Pelican. I'm very ugly, I must admit. When I stand, I look as though I'm going to sit. If you'd got the crown jewels packed inside your beak, you'd know just why poor Polly can't speak.
Here I am, Your Majesty. Now then, Pelican, open your beak.
You needn't bother with that, Torchy. Can't you see? I've got my crown on.
Well, I never. So you have. How did you get it?
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yes. The Pelican and I are friends, yes. And he's coming to live with me. I won't lose my crown or jewels anymore, because when I take them off, he will just pop them into his beak.
Oh, what a good idea. Now we can have King Dithers and Prince Pelican.
Torchy, 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 the little battery boy. I'm a clever walkie-talkie toy with bright blue eyes.